The summary of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. What if I told you that your thoughts alone could be the key to unlocking incredible wealth and success? That's the groundbreaking idea behind Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, a book that has transformed the lives of millions since its release. In today's summary, we'll explore the timeless principles Hill discovered after studying some of the most successful people in history. From harnessing the power of your mindset to developing an unstoppable desire for your goals, this book holds the blueprint to achieving the life you've always dreamed of. Let's dive into the secrets of success. Chapter 1. Introduction. Napoleon Hill introduces the concept that thoughts shape our reality, emphasizing that success begins in the mind. He shares Andrew Carnegie's philosophy, highlighting the importance of a clear purpose and desire as foundational elements for achievement. Hill explains that success starts with desire, the burning drive to achieve a specific goal. He sets the stage for the principles in the book, which were inspired by Andrew Carnegie's philosophy on wealth and achievement. Hill emphasizes that the book is not just about making money, but about achieving all forms of success. He explains that the principles can be applied by anyone, regardless of background or education. The book is the result of 20 years of research, where Hill studied the lives of more than 500 successful people. Hill claims that if you apply these principles, you can change your financial future. He introduces the concept of the mastermind, where two or more minds working together can create synergy and success. Success is not about luck or chance, but follows definite laws and principles that anyone can learn. Hill emphasizes that wealth starts in the mind. By controlling your thoughts, you can control your success. He stresses the importance of visualizing success before it happens. Hill explains that a positive mental attitude is critical in creating wealth and achieving goals. He claims that the power of belief can help you overcome any obstacle. The chapter suggests that you need to align your mindset with the principles of success to see results. Hill introduces the concept of faith in yourself and your goals as a foundational element of success. He mentions that failure often precedes success, but the ability to persevere is key. The chapter sets the tone by saying that riches are within your reach if you apply the principles in the book. Hill argues that the book is about more than just financial wealth. It's about richness in all areas of life. Finally, he reminds readers that success is a process, not an overnight miracle. Chapter 2. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Hill asserts that desire is the catalyst for all success. He outlines a 6-step process to turn desire into reality, encouraging readers to define their goals clearly and visualize their success as a way to overcome obstacles. Hill shares the story of Edwin C. Barnes, whose burning desire to work with Thomas Edison led him to success. The key message is that vague wishes don't lead to results. You need a clear, definite goal. Hill outlines 6 steps to transform desire into reality, starting with defining your goal precisely. He advises you to create a mental picture of your goal and hold on to it with unshakable faith. Hill suggests that you need to be obsessed with your desire. It should consume your thoughts and energy. The next step is to write down your goals, giving them a tangible form. He explains the importance of planning and taking action, even if the first steps are small. Hill argues that desire alone is not enough. You must be willing to sacrifice and work hard to achieve your goals. He introduces the concept of autosuggestion, where repeating your desires to yourself helps plant them in your subconscious. Hill advises creating a specific plan for how you'll achieve your goals and acting on it immediately. He explains that you must burn all bridges behind you, committing fully to your goal with no possibility of retreat. The chapter includes the famous story of Cortez burning his ships to force his men to succeed or perish, illustrating commitment. Hill warns against being influenced by negative opinions from others, which can dampen your desire. He explains that desire must be focused and persistent to overcome obstacles and setbacks. Hill argues that many people fail because their desire is weak or fleeting. It must be strong enough to push through challenges. He introduces the idea of specialized knowledge, advising that you need specific skills and information to achieve your goals. Desire must be backed by a strong will. You must be willing to do whatever it takes, within ethical bounds, to succeed. Hill concludes by saying that every success story begins with a burning desire, and without it, nothing significant can be achieved. Chapter 3. Faith, Visualization and Belief in Attainment of Desire. In this chapter, Hill discusses the role of faith in transforming desires into reality. He emphasizes the importance of visualization and sharing stories of those who achieved success through unwavering belief in their abilities. Hill argues that faith is essential to achieving any goal. You must believe in your success before it happens. He explains that faith and desire go hand in hand. Without faith, your desire will not turn into reality. Faith, in Hill's view, is a state of mind that can be developed through positive thinking and autosuggestion. He emphasizes that repetition of positive thoughts helps plant faith in your subconscious mind. Hill provides examples of successful people who believed in themselves and their goals, even in the face of doubt. He explains that faith helps transform thoughts into reality by influencing the subconscious mind to act. Hill argues that negative thoughts create a lack of faith and undermine your chances of success. He encourages you to practice visualizing your success as though it has already happened, to build your faith. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Hill introduces the concept of self-confidence, which is rooted in faith in your abilities and goals. He suggests creating affirmations to instill faith in your mind by repeating positive statements about your goals. Hill advises that faith is not just about believing in yourself, but also in the process. You must trust that your efforts will lead to success. He warns that fear and doubt are the enemies of faith and must be eradicated to achieve your goals. The chapter explains that your belief system will determine whether or not you achieve success. Hill uses the analogy of a magnet. Faith attracts success, just as a magnet attracts metal. He suggests that success requires acting as if your faith is already a reality. Hill explains that faith can inspire persistence, helping you keep going even when the odds are against you. He tells the story of Charles M. Schwab, who used faith and persistence to achieve massive success in the steel industry. The chapter discusses the importance of surrounding yourself with people who believe in your goals to maintain your faith. Hill concludes by emphasizing that faith is the driving force behind every great achievement, and without it, you cannot succeed. Chapter 4. Autosuggestion, the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. Hill introduces autosuggestion as a technique for influencing the subconscious mind. By affirming desires and goals repeatedly, individuals can program their minds for success, reinforcing a focus on positive outcomes. The key to autosuggestion is emotion. You must feel strongly about your affirmations for them to take root. Hill advises that you can control the messages you send to your subconscious mind by consciously choosing your thoughts. He explains that negative thoughts can sabotage your success if you allow them to take over. Hill suggests that autosuggestion is a way to reprogram your mind to focus on success, not failure. He advises creating a list of positive affirmations and repeating them daily to condition your subconscious. Hill explains that the subconscious mind works like a garden. You must plant seeds of success and weed out doubt and fear. He encourages you to be persistent with autosuggestion, as it takes time for the subconscious to absorb new beliefs. Hill shares stories of people who transformed their lives by changing their self-talk through autosuggestion. He explains that spoken words have power. What you say to yourself influences your beliefs and actions. Autosuggestion is a self-discipline technique that helps align your conscious and subconscious mind toward your goals. Hill discusses how visualization and imagination play key roles in autosuggestion, as they help create a vivid picture of success. He suggests using written affirmations that are specific to your goals to help focus your mind. Autosuggestion can help you overcome limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in your subconscious from past experiences. Hill emphasizes that belief in the power of autosuggestion is crucial. If you don't believe in it, it won't work. He argues that consistent, positive autosuggestion will help you develop unshakable self-confidence. Autosuggestion is like mental conditioning. It strengthens your mind to expect success. Hill encourages you to focus on what you want, not what you don't want, and use autosuggestion to reinforce those desires. The chapter concludes by reminding readers that what you feed your mind will determine the outcomes in your life. Chapter 5. Specialized knowledge, personal experiences, or observations. Hill highlights the significance of specialized knowledge in achieving success. He distinguishes it from general knowledge and explains that pursuing practical, applicable knowledge is crucial for reaching one's goals. Hill explains that people often confuse education with intelligence, but true intelligence lies in knowing how to use knowledge effectively. He advises that you don't need to know everything. You just need to know how to acquire the right specialized knowledge. Hill explains that formal education is important, but practical, specific knowledge in your field is essential for success. Specialized knowledge can come from experience, mentors, or formal education, but it must be focused and applicable. He suggests creating a personal library of information and knowledge related to your chosen field. Hill emphasizes that successful people often hire or work with experts who have the specialized knowledge they lack. He advises against trying to know everything and instead recommends focusing on developing expertise in a narrow field. The chapter provides examples of successful individuals who gained wealth by applying specific knowledge in their field. Hill stresses that lifelong learning is necessary for success. You should continually seek new information and knowledge. He advises using resources like libraries, universities, and professional organizations to acquire specialized knowledge. He'll suggest that people who fail to acquire specialized knowledge often get stuck in mediocre careers. He warns against complacency and encourages readers to always be learning and improving their expertise. Specialized knowledge must be organized and directed toward a definite purpose or goal for it to have real value. Hill emphasizes that specialized knowledge must be actionable. It should lead to concrete steps toward your goals. He encourages readers to build a network of experts to rely on for advice and guidance in areas where they lack knowledge. The chapter discusses how successful people often delegate tasks outside their areas of expertise to those with specialized knowledge. He'll suggest that specialized knowledge, combined with a definite purpose and plan, leads to more efficient success. The key takeaway is that acquiring specific, focused knowledge relevant to your goals is essential for wealth and achievement. Chapter 6: Imagination, the Workshop of the Mind. This chapter explores the power of imagination as a vital tool for success. Hill describes how imagination can generate ideas and innovations, urging readers to cultivate their creative potential for achieving their desires. He describes imagination as the workshop of the mind, where ideas are born and take shape. Hill explains that there are two types of imagination: synthetic imagination, which reorganizes existing ideas, and creative imagination, which generates new concepts. He emphasizes that many successful people have used their imagination to create new opportunities and wealth. He'll suggest that all great achievements and inventions start with a thought in someone's imagination. He advises readers to actively develop and use their imagination to solve problems and achieve success. Imagination, according to Hill, is not a gift only a few have. It's a skill that can be developed through practice. He shares stories of people who turned simple ideas into massive success by using their imagination. Hill encourages you to train your mind to think beyond the obvious and explore new possibilities. He explains that many people limit themselves by thinking only within the boundaries of what's already known. Creative imagination allows you to tap into infinite possibilities and come up with original ideas. Hill argues that synthetic imagination is equally important, as it allows you to build on existing ideas and improve them. He stresses the importance of visualizing success and using imagination to mentally rehearse the achievement of your goals. Hill explains that using imagination involves taking small, practical steps toward transforming ideas into reality. He advises that your imagination can help you create a clear plan for achieving your desires. The chapter highlights how businesses, inventions, and fortunes have been built on the imaginative thinking of individuals. Hill encourages you to ask, "What if?" and explore how things could be done differently or better. He argues that using imagination helps you overcome limitations and obstacles by finding creative solutions. Hill suggests keeping a notebook of ideas that come to you through imagination. No idea is too small. The chapter concludes by stating that imagination is essential for success, and without it, innovation and achievement would not be possible. Chapter 7: Organized Planning, the Crystallization of Desire into Action. Hill emphasizes the necessity of creating a concrete plan to turn desires into actionable steps. Organized planning is presented as essential for achieving success. highlighting the importance of strategic thinking and adaptability. Hill introduces the concept of the Mastermind group, a network of like-minded individuals who can help you achieve your goals through support and collaboration. He stresses the importance of having a definite plan that outlines specific steps you'll take to reach your objectives. Hill advises creating multiple plans and being willing to adapt if one doesn't work. The chapter explains that successful people continually revise and improve their plans based on results and feedback. Hill provides examples of people who achieved success through organized and flexible planning. He emphasizes that you need to surround yourself with people who are committed to your success and can offer valuable advice. Hill advises forming a team of experts to help you achieve your goals, even if you can't afford to hire them yet. He discusses the importance of executing your plan with persistence, even when things get tough. The chapter explains that many people fail because they don't plan properly, or they give up when their initial plan doesn't succeed. Hill advises you to always have a backup plan and be prepared to pivot when necessary. He encourages readers to keep their plans flexible so they can adapt to changing circumstances. Hill stresses that a good plan is organized, detailed, and specific. It should outline every step needed to achieve your goal. He explains that you must develop a habit of planning. Success is built on consistent, organized effort. Hill warns against procrastination and encourages readers to start acting on their plans immediately. The chapter highlights how important it is to evaluate your progress regularly and adjust your plan if needed. Hill explains that self-discipline and focus are required to stick to a plan and see it through to completion. He suggests that failure in execution is often due to lack of proper planning rather than lack of desire or talent. The key takeaway is that organized planning is the bridge between your desire and its achievement, and without a solid plan, your goals will remain out of reach. Chapter 8. Decision: The Mastery of Procrastination. Hill discusses the critical role of decisiveness in achieving success, contrasting it with the habit of procrastination. He emphasizes that successful individuals make timely decisions and encourages readers to cultivate this habit. Hill emphasizes that decisiveness is a habit that can be developed through practice and self-discipline. He warns that delaying decisions or avoiding them entirely will prevent you from achieving your goals. The chapter shares stories of famous leaders who made quick, confident decisions that led to great success. Hill encourages readers to trust their intuition and avoid overanalyzing decisions to the point of paralysis. He argues that most people fail because they are afraid to make decisions due to fear of failure or criticism. Hill advises that it's better to make a wrong decision and learn from it than to make no decision at all. The chapter discusses how decisiveness creates momentum. Once you make a decision, it becomes easier to act on it. Hill emphasizes the importance of being resolute and firm in your decisions once they're made. He warns against seeking too much advice from others, which can lead to confusion and doubt. Hill explains that decisiveness builds self-confidence, which in turn helps you make even better decisions. He encourages readers to practice making small decisions quickly to build up their decision-making muscle. The chapter highlights that hesitation leads to missed opportunities. Decisions must be timely. Hill advises against making decisions based on fear or outside pressure, encouraging readers to trust their inner voice. He explains that most people who fail to achieve success have a tendency to waffle on decisions and change course too frequently. The chapter shares examples of individuals who succeeded by making bold decisions even in the face of uncertainty. Hill stresses that action follows decision. Once you've made a choice, you must immediately take steps to follow through. He explains that people who make quick decisions are often more adaptable and resilient because they're used to committing and adjusting as needed. The key takeaway is that successful people take decisive action, while those who hesitate are left behind. Chapter 9. Persistence: The Sustained Effort Necessary to Induce Faith. In this chapter, Hill explores persistence as an essential quality for overcoming obstacles. He shares stories of individuals who achieved success through unwavering determination, emphasizing that persistence must be coupled with desire. Hill stresses that persistence is the ability to keep going in the face of obstacles, rejection, or failure. He describes persistence as a form of mental toughness that keeps people pushing forward despite difficulties. Hill emphasizes that the most successful individuals are those who refuse to give up on their dreams. The chapter outlines how persistence can overcome even the most formidable barriers, including lack of resources, support, or immediate success. Hill provides examples of historical figures who achieved great things because they persisted where others gave up. He advises that persistence is a skill that can be developed, rather than an innate trait some people are born with. Hill warns against being discouraged by temporary defeat, emphasizing that failure is only final if you quit. The chapter discusses the importance of maintaining a positive mental attitude in order to fuel persistence. Hill highlights the importance of having a clear goal. Persistence is easier when you know what you're working toward. He explains that persistence is often a sign of faith in your ability to succeed and in the worthiness of your goal. Hill encourages readers to develop self-reliance, as relying too much on others can undermine persistence. He provides practical steps for building persistence, including developing a definite plan and maintaining focus. Hill discusses how habitual procrastination can erode persistence and lead to giving up too soon. The chapter highlights that persistence requires both physical and mental stamina. You must take care of both your body and mind. Hill explains that surrounding yourself with positive influences can bolster your persistence when times get tough. He argues that persistence requires constant self-motivation. You have to find ways to stay inspired and driven. The chapter suggests that persistence is contagious. Being around persistent people can strengthen your own determination. The key takeaway is that persistence is essential for success, and it's the quality that separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Chapter 10. The Mastermind, the Driving Force. Hill introduces the concept of the mastermind, a supportive alliance of individuals working toward common goals. This collaboration generates collective intelligence, enhancing productivity and overcoming challenges through shared efforts. The mastermind principle is based on the idea that two or more minds working together produce results far greater than the sum of their individual efforts. Hill suggests that forming a mastermind group with like-minded, motivated individuals can multiply your potential for success. He stresses that a successful mastermind group requires mutual trust and respect among its members. Hill advises readers to carefully choose individuals for their mastermind group who possess specialized knowledge or complementary skills. He emphasizes the importance of harmony. Disagreements and negativity can destroy the power of the group. Hill explains that the mastermind principle operates on creative and spiritual energy generated by the group's collective focus. The chapter shares examples of how successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and inventors have used mastermind groups to achieve breakthroughs. Hill emphasizes that the energy generated by a mastermind group can provide inspiration, encouragement, and accountability. He advises readers to seek out mentors and advisors who can offer valuable insights and guidance in their field. He'll suggest that the mastermind group can help you overcome obstacles that seem insurmountable when faced alone. He explains that the group's collective wisdom can provide innovative solutions and open doors to new opportunities. The chapter discusses the spiritual component of the mastermind, where the collective power of the group taps into a higher, universal intelligence. Hill encourages readers to be active contributors in their mastermind group, offering support, ideas, and help to others. He stresses that selfishness or arrogance will weaken the power of the mastermind. Each member must focus on the success of the group as a whole. Hill advises using the mastermind group as a sounding board for ideas and as a way to gain fresh perspectives on challenges. He explains that the mastermind group can also provide emotional support and help you stay committed to your goals. The chapter highlights how successful people often use strategic alliances and partnerships to achieve what they could not do alone. The key takeaway is that forming and participating in a mastermind group is essential for leveraging collective power and achieving extraordinary results. Chapter 11. The Mystery of Sex Transmutation, Harnessing Creative Energy. Hill discusses sex transmutation, the idea of redirecting sexual energy into productive channels. He emphasizes that this powerful motivation can fuel creativity and ambition when harnessed effectively. Hill explains that many of history's great leaders, inventors, and artists were able to harness their sexual energy to fuel creative achievements. He stresses that sex transmutation doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring sexual energy, but rather redirecting it into other areas of life. Hill argues that sexual desire is one of the strongest motivating forces in human nature and can be a source of inspiration. The chapter explains that successful people often have a heightened level of creativity, passion, and enthusiasm fueled by their sexual energy. Hill describes sexual energy as a form of vitality, which, when properly controlled, can enhance physical, mental, and emotional well-being. He warns that uncontrolled sexual energy can lead to destructive behavior, but when transmuted, it can lead to great personal achievement. Hill encourages readers to focus their sexual energy toward positive goals and ambitions, such as career success or creative endeavors. The chapter highlights that many great achievers, including Thomas Edison and Mahatma Gandhi, practice sex transmutation. Hill suggests that sex transmutation can enhance your ability to think clearly, make decisions, and persist in the face of challenges. He emphasizes that the ability to control and direct sexual energy is a key factor in achieving personal mastery and self-discipline. The chapter advises finding a balance between the physical and emotional aspects of sexual energy. Hill explains that successful individuals often have strong romantic or emotional partnerships, which further enhance their ability to channel sexual energy productively. He discusses how a strong, loving relationship can provide the emotional support and inspiration necessary for success. Hill suggests that sexual energy, when transmuted, can lead to a higher level of creativity in business, art, and innovation. The chapter stresses that self-control and focus are essential for mastering the process of sex transmutation. Hill encourages readers to cultivate their sexual energy through healthy habits and by focusing on higher pursuits. He explains that many people waste their sexual energy through idle or negative behaviors, which detracts from their potential success. The key takeaway is that channeling sexual energy into creative and productive efforts can be a powerful force for personal and professional achievement. Chapter 12. The Subconscious Mind, the Connecting Link. Hill examines the subconscious mind as a bridge between the conscious mind and universal intelligence. He stresses the importance of feeding the subconscious with positive thoughts and beliefs to manifest desires. Hill explains that thoughts, feelings, and desires we repeatedly impress upon the subconscious mind manifest as habits, beliefs, and actions. The subconscious mind is influenced by emotions, and Hill stresses the importance of feeding it with positive, powerful emotions such as love, faith, and hope. He warns that negative emotions like fear, jealousy, and anger can contaminate the subconscious, leading to failure and dissatisfaction. Hill advises that autosuggestion is a way to intentionally communicate with and program the subconscious mind with desired thoughts and outcomes. The chapter emphasizes that your dominant thoughts shape your life, as the subconscious mind acts on what it's fed, whether good or bad. Hill explains that belief and faith are essential because they influence the subconscious mind's ability to create the reality you desire. He encourages readers to visualize success, using vivid mental images to instruct the subconscious mind on what to create. The chapter highlights that the subconscious mind responds best to emotions, and combining thoughts with feelings increases their potency. Hill stresses the importance of mental discipline. You must consciously control what you allow into your mind to prevent negative influences. He explains that repetition is crucial for programming the subconscious mind. The more you repeat an idea, the stronger it becomes in your subconscious. The chapter discusses how faith and desire are two of the most powerful forces that can influence the subconscious mind. Hill advises using positive affirmations to build faith and confidence in your goals, allowing them to sink deeper into the subconscious. The subconscious mind operates without conscious effort, so persistence and consistency in thought are key to achieving results. Hill compares the subconscious mind to a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant will grow, so it's crucial to plant positive thoughts. The chapter emphasizes that positive emotions serve as the gateway to influencing the subconscious, while negative emotions act as roadblocks. Hill encourages readers to deliberately cultivate a positive mental attitude, knowing it will shape their subconscious programming. The chapter outlines how successful people master their thoughts and use the power of their subconscious mind to bring their goals to fruition. The key takeaway is that your subconscious mind can be trained to work in your favor, but only if you feed it with positive emotions, thoughts, and desires. Chapter 13. The Brain, a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. This chapter explores the brain's dual role as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Hill emphasizes mental clarity and the need to align one's thoughts with goals, encouraging positive influences for success. Hill argues that these thought vibrations can influence others, and they are also influenced by the thoughts and emotions of others. He describes how positive thoughts, when charged with emotion, can send powerful signals that resonate with the minds of others. The chapter discusses the concept of brainwaves and how different frequencies of thought can influence your mood, creativity, and success. Hill emphasizes that the brain is most powerful when emotion and desire fuel thought, which amplifies the energy of mental broadcasts. He explains that the thoughts you broadcast into the world attract similar vibrations, meaning you tend to attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that match your dominant thoughts. The chapter discusses how creative imagination can be enhanced when you are emotionally charged and passionate about your goals. Hill highlights the role of autosuggestion, explaining how repeated positive thoughts can rewire your brain to focus on success. The brain, according to Hill, acts as both a transmitter and receiver for thoughts from the subconscious and external influences. Hill introduces the idea that mastermind groups amplify the power of thought vibrations by combining the energy of several minds focused on a common goal. He explains that the thought environment you immerse yourself in has a profound effect on your success. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals. Hill argues that the brain becomes more receptive to creative inspiration when it is charged with strong emotions such as love, faith, or desire. He suggests that when your brain is focused and emotionally engaged in a purpose, it becomes more attuned to opportunities and solutions. The chapter discusses the importance of mental discipline, explaining that controlling what you think about helps you manage the vibrations you broadcast. Hill explains that your thoughts can influence others, but they can also be influenced by the collective consciousness, hence the importance of shielding your mind from negative influences. The chapter emphasizes that when your brain is operating at a high frequency of positive energy, it becomes a magnet for success. Hill encourages readers to train their brain through focused intention and repeated exposure to positive ideas and influences. He discusses how successful people harness the power of their thoughts and emotions to broadcast energy that attracts favorable outcomes. The key takeaway is that the brain is a powerful broadcasting station, and by controlling what you think and feel, you can influence your reality and the world around you. Chapter 14. The Sixth Sense, the Door to the Temple of Wisdom. Hill concludes with the concept of the sixth sense, a form of intuition guiding decision-making. He encourages readers to develop their intuition through mindfulness and openness to inspiration, as it can lead to valuable insights. Hill explains that the sixth sense is developed through experience, faith, and the mastery of the mind, making it more accessible over time. The chapter emphasizes that the sixth sense is not something that can be forced. It reveals itself naturally as you become more attuned to your inner thoughts and desires. Hill argues that many great leaders and successful individuals rely heavily on intuition or hunches, which stem from the sixth sense. He explains that the sixth sense is often experienced as a gut feeling or instinct that guides decision-making and problem-solving. Hill encourages readers to learn to trust their intuition and act on it, especially when it comes to important decisions or opportunities. The chapter highlights that the sixth sense is closely linked to creative imagination, serving as a gateway to receiving ideas from a higher source. Hill explains that the sixth sense can provide warnings about dangers or opportunities, helping you avoid pitfalls or seize favorable chances. He suggests that meditation and introspection are helpful practices for developing a stronger connection to your sixth sense. Hill discusses how the sixth sense can bring about sudden bursts of creativity, offering solutions to problems when logic alone cannot. The chapter emphasizes that developing the sixth sense requires a combination of faith, persistence, and mental discipline. Hill explains that the sixth sense operates best when you have a clear sense of purpose and a definite desire. The chapter highlights examples of visionary leaders who made decisions based on seemingly irrational hunches, only to achieve great success. Hill encourages readers to cultivate quiet moments where they can tune into their intuition and receive insights from their subconscious mind. He explains that the sixth sense is a culmination of all the other principles of success, as it integrates emotion, thought, and desire into a higher level of awareness. He'll suggest that the more you practice the principles of Think and Grow Rich, the more likely you are to access your sixth sense and receive guidance from it. The chapter emphasizes that the sixth sense provides a spiritual or metaphysical link to the universal intelligence that governs the universe. Hill argues that the sixth sense allows you to predict outcomes, understand people better, and make wiser decisions. The key takeaway is that the sixth sense is a powerful tool for success, offering intuitive guidance and creative inspiration that can lead to remarkable achievements. Chapter 15. The Six Ghosts of Fear, Clearing the Mind for Riches. As Napoleon Hill begins this chapter, he turns to a darker yet critical topic: fear, the invisible force that holds many back from success. Hill reveals that, before you can grow rich or achieve your life's dreams, you must first confront and defeat these mental ghosts. Hill identifies six key fears that often haunt the mind: fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears, he says, are the main barriers that keep most people from achieving wealth, health, and happiness. He begins by discussing the fear of poverty, which he describes as one of the most paralyzing. The fear of poverty forces people into lives of mediocrity because they're too afraid to take risks, believing they will lose what little they have. Next, Hill talks about the fear of criticism, which can cause us to shy away from pursuing bold dreams. Worrying about what others think prevents many from acting on their true desires, keeping them trapped in a cycle of fear and inaction. The fear of ill health is another common ghost, one that breeds anxiety and negative thought patterns. Hill argues that this fear often brings about exactly what it focuses on: ill health itself, due to the mind's powerful connection to the body. Fear of the loss of love is also powerful, leading people to make decisions based on insecurity rather than their true desires. Hill explains that many people cling to unhealthy relationships because they fear being alone. As we age, the fear of old age creeps in, making people feel like time is running out to achieve their goals. This fear discourages people from taking on new ventures or dreams, believing they're too old to succeed. Finally, Hill addresses the fear of death, a universal fear that stops many from living life fully. He argues that accepting the natural cycle of life can free us from this fear and allow us to embrace life's opportunities without hesitation. Hill explains that these six ghosts are often instilled in us through external influences: parents, society, schools, or the media, over time, and that they can be overcome by awareness and action. He advises that the first step in defeating these fears is to recognize them in yourself. You must honestly assess how these fears might be influencing your actions and thoughts. Once you've recognized your fears, Hill suggests you replace fear with desire, using your definite purpose in life as a guiding light to move beyond the paralysis of fear. Hill also highlights the importance of faith in overcoming these ghosts. When you believe in your goals and abilities, you give your subconscious mind the strength to overcome fear. Another key tool in vanquishing fear, Hill explains, is autosuggestion. By repeating positive affirmations and focusing on desired outcomes, you can train your mind to abandon fear in favor of confidence. Knowledge also plays a role in dispelling fear. Hill argues that fear often stems from ignorance, so by learning more about your challenges, you strip away the fear surrounding them. Hill discusses the paralysis of indecision, explaining that many people become trapped in a cycle of indecision because they're afraid of making the wrong choice. Decisiveness is an antidote to this fear. He advises practicing mental discipline to keep negative thoughts and fears at bay. By focusing on positive outcomes, you can prevent fear from creeping back into your mind. Hill introduces the concept of self-examination, periodically reviewing your thoughts and actions to identify which fears are holding you back. He also highlights the importance of surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to overcome fear and build your faith. Hill acknowledges that completely eradicating fear is difficult, but you can neutralize it by acting in spite of it. Courage, he explains, is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act regardless of it. Action, Hill explains, is the key to conquering fear. Each step you take towards your goal weakens the hold fear has over you. The final message in this chapter is a call to master your fears by first identifying them and then replacing them with faith, purpose, and action. Only by clearing your mind of these six ghosts can you truly think and grow rich. Chapter 16. The Devil's Workshop, the 7 Major Negative Emotions. In this chapter, Napoleon Hill explores the darker aspects of human emotion. He refers to negative emotions as the devil's workshop, emphasizing that when left unchecked, these emotions can become major roadblocks on the path to success. Hill believes that mastering these emotions is crucial to achieving wealth and happiness. Hill opens the chapter by discussing how negative emotions dominate most people's minds, often without them realizing it. He lists the 7 major negative emotions that can prevent success: fear, jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, superstition, and anger. The first negative emotion is fear, which was discussed earlier in the book. Fear is the most damaging emotion, as it paralyzes action and stifles ambition. Jealousy is the second major negative emotion, causing people to become resentful of others' success rather than focusing on their own goals. Hatred is the third emotion, which Hill describes as a corrosive force that destroys the person who harbors it, often leading to irrational decisions. The fourth major negative emotion is revenge. Hill explains that seeking revenge can trap you in a cycle of negativity, preventing growth and success. Greed is the fifth negative emotion. While ambition is good, unchecked greed causes people to make unethical decisions that can lead to downfall. Hill introduces superstition as the sixth major negative emotion, explaining that irrational beliefs and fear of the unknown can prevent people from taking decisive action. Anger, the seventh negative emotion, clouds judgment and leads to poor decision-making, often resulting in long-term consequences. Hill argues that these emotions are often triggered by external forces, such as societal pressures or the influence of others, but we must learn to control them. He explains that the subconscious mind is like a garden, and if you allow negative emotions to take root, they will grow and overpower your positive desires. To combat these emotions, Hill advises that you must constantly monitor your thoughts, replacing negative emotions with positive ones like love, hope, and faith. Hill emphasizes the importance of self-awareness in identifying when negative emotions are influencing your thoughts and actions. He suggests that the first step to eliminating negative emotions is to acknowledge their presence and then consciously replace them with positive emotions. Hill encourages readers to practice emotional discipline, arguing that controlling your emotions is a critical component of success. He explains that positive emotions like love, hope, and enthusiasm generate positive vibrations that attract success and wealth. Hill stresses the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences, such as supportive friends, mentors, or environments, to counteract negative emotions. He suggests that forgiveness and letting go of grudges are powerful tools for eliminating hatred and revenge from your emotional state. Hill discusses the value of gratitude in cultivating positive emotions, explaining that focusing on what you have rather than what you lack can dispel jealousy and greed. The key message of the chapter is that mastering your emotions is essential for success. By recognizing and controlling negative emotions, you can create a mental environment that supports your goals and leads to lasting wealth and happiness. Chapter 17. The 7 Major Positive Emotions, the Key to Success. In this chapter, Napoleon Hill contrasts the 7 major negative emotions with their positive counterparts, arguing that mastering these positive emotions is essential for success. He explains that these emotions fuel the mind and body, propelling us toward achievement when properly cultivated and directed. Hill opens by stating that positive emotions are the driving force behind all creative effort and accomplishment. He lists the 7 major positive emotions: desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. Desire is the first positive emotion, which Hill says is the starting point of all achievement. Without a burning desire, there can be no progress. Faith is the second major positive emotion. Hill explains that faith in yourself and your abilities is a crucial component of success, as it strengthens your belief that you can achieve your goals. The third positive emotion is love, which Hill describes as a powerful force that fosters connection, collaboration, and inspiration. Sex is the fourth emotion, which Hill discusses not just in physical terms, but as a source of energy and motivation when transmuted into creative and productive efforts. The fifth major positive emotion is enthusiasm, which Hill says fuels persistence and determination, making it easier to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Romance is the sixth positive emotion, which Hill links to the emotions of love and sex. Romance stimulates the imagination and helps keep desire alive. The final positive emotion is hope, which Hill describes as the antidote to fear. Hope keeps people moving forward even in the face of adversity. Hill argues that these 7 positive emotions should be nurtured and cultivated daily in order to replace negative emotions and shape your subconscious mind for success. He emphasizes the importance of autosuggestion, explaining that by repeatedly feeding your mind with these positive emotions, they become the dominant forces guiding your life. Hill discusses how desire and faith work together to fuel your belief in your ability to achieve your goals, making it more likely that you will take the necessary actions to succeed. The chapter explores how love, sex, and romance are interconnected and how their positive energy can be harnessed to drive creative endeavors and success. He'll suggest that by expressing these emotions in your personal and professional life, you can inspire others and attract supportive relationships. Enthusiasm, Hill explains, is contagious. When you approach tasks with enthusiasm, you motivate others around you to also work with excitement and commitment. He highlights the importance of hope during difficult times, explaining that a strong sense of hope will keep you from giving up when faced with obstacles. Hill encourages readers to adopt a positive mental attitude by consistently focusing on these 7 positive emotions and avoiding the influence of negative ones. The chapter emphasizes that positive emotions energize the brain, stimulating creative imagination and problem-solving. Hill describes how successful individuals make a habit of filling their minds with positive emotions, allowing them to maintain a high level of mental energy and drive. The key takeaway from this chapter is that by mastering the 7 major positive emotions, you can fuel your subconscious mind with the energy needed to achieve your goals and live a fulfilling, successful life. Chapter 18. Epilog, the 6 Riches of Life. In the final chapter of the book, Napoleon Hill concludes by summarizing the essence of his philosophy and expanding on the concept of true wealth. Hill argues that financial riches are only one component of a successful life and outlines 6 key forms of riches that every individual should strive to achieve. Hill opens by stating that wealth is not just about money, but encompasses a broader range of values that contribute to a fulfilling and meaningful life. He introduces the idea of the 6 riches of life, which include positive mental attitude, sound physical health, harmony in human relationships, freedom from fear, hope of future achievement, and financial security. The first form of riches is a positive mental attitude. Hill emphasizes that a positive mindset is the foundation of success, enabling individuals to overcome obstacles and attract opportunities. The second form of riches is sound physical health. Hill explains that without good health, it's difficult to fully enjoy wealth or any other success. Harmony in human relationships is the third form of riches. Hill stresses that healthy, loving, and supportive relationships with family, friends, and colleagues are essential to long-term happiness. The fourth form of riches is freedom from fear. Hill argues that living a life free of fear, particularly the 6 basic fears he outlined earlier in the book, is one of the greatest achievements a person can have. Hope of future achievement is the 5th form of riches. Hill explains that having goals, dreams, and a sense of purpose keeps people motivated and gives life meaning. The 6th and final form of riches is financial security. While Hill acknowledges that money is important, he insists that it should be viewed as a tool to achieve a broader sense of wealth, not as the ultimate goal. Hill urges readers to balance the pursuit of material wealth with the cultivation of these other forms of riches, as they are all interconnected and necessary for a truly rich life. He explains that focusing solely on financial gain without attention to health, relationships, or mental attitude can lead to an unfulfilling life, regardless of monetary success. Hill discusses the importance of gratitude, encouraging readers to appreciate the riches they already possess in life, as gratitude opens the door to even greater abundance. He advises that by maintaining a positive mental attitude, you can attract all forms of wealth into your life naturally and effortlessly. Hill encourages readers to take stock of their lives, evaluating where they stand in terms of the 6 riches and identifying areas where they need improvement. The chapter highlights that achieving balance among these 6 forms of riches leads to a state of fulfillment, inner peace, and joy. Hill emphasizes that true success is about living a life that aligns with your values, passions, and purpose, not just accumulating wealth for its own sake. He explains that by following the principles outlined in the book, you can achieve not only financial success but also personal satisfaction, happiness, and well-being. The chapter revisits the concept of mastermind groups, encouraging readers to surround themselves with like-minded, positive individuals who can help them achieve these six riches. Hill concludes that by focusing on the long term and continuously working toward improving these six areas, anyone can lead a truly rich and fulfilling life. He advises readers to keep learning and growing, as the pursuit of self-improvement is an ongoing journey that will lead to greater happiness and success. The final takeaway from the book is that riches come in many forms, and true wealth is achieved when you cultivate a life filled with positive relationships, health, purpose, and freedom from fear, alongside financial abundance. This is the end of the summary of Think and Grow Rich. What's the biggest takeaway you've gotten from this book? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which of these three lessons resonates with you the most? Let's start a conversation. If you enjoyed this summary and want more insights like these, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.